Hi, I'm Henry from Wilgen Grown Stella, and welcome to our 2014 Perennial of the Week series. This week we're filming out in our perennial area this week, which is out behind our greenhouses in our garden center. And this week we're bringing you not one plant, but two plants actually. We're going to bring you Stella Doro daylily and Happy Returns daylily. Now, these are kind of flowers that really signal that summer is here when daylilies really start to bloom. And I think at one point or another we've all grown daylilies in the garden. We all know just how easy they are to grow in the garden. We know these varieties in particular do have a long bloom time to them, and they're such a low maintenance plant. They look great mixed in with other perennials. They look wonderful mass planted, and they'll take such a wide varying degree of areas. You can grow these full sun to partial shade. They're pretty adaptable to soil types, so it's really almost a no-fuss plant to them. And with these, you can do a lot of other plants that also can be low maintenance, easy to grow in the garden, such as some of the accent plants that we're going to show you today as well. One of the first ones I'll start with actually is one of my favorites, is this Helenium Mardi Gras. Helenium Mardi Gras is a native plant. It's going to grow to about 2 to 3 feet in the garden. It's a very easy plant to grow, and with a little deadheading, you can keep this plant in bloom for up to 3 months or more. And what's nice about it is that every flower is going to be different on it. So, some flowers could have more red to them, some flowers could have more yellow to them, some could have more orange, or it could have a combination of all of those things. So this is going to be a very easy plant to grow. You can use it as a cut flower. Makes a really good butterfly plant. I know in my gardens at home, the skipper butterflies really tend to go for this plant a lot. So it's just a wonderful, wonderful native perennial to go with the daylilies. Now, also to go with them, if you want something maybe not quite as bright colored as that, is this Atreus cobalt. Atreus cobalt is a wonderful upright vertical perennial. This is going to get to be about 2 foot, maybe 30 inches approximately in the garden. And the flowers do hold on for a long time because they start at the top and they work their way down to cover almost half of the stem. Now, Atreus, this is a plant you may have seen before. A lot of florists do tend to use this as a cut flower in flower shops, so you'll find it in the florist department of your local grocery store. But it makes a wonderful, wonderful perennial that's easy to grow, also great for butterflies and hummingbirds in the garden, sun to part shade, and just very, very adaptable, very low maintenance. Now, something else you could do too, if you didn't want to necessarily have something behind the daylilies, maybe you want to do something in front of them, this platycoated sentimental blue would actually work out really nice. Because our Stella Doro daylily is going to get to be about maybe 18 inches in the garden. Our Happy Returns daylily is going to top out maybe around 24 inches in the garden. But our sentimental blue platycoated is only going to get to be about 10 inches in the garden. And this is another one that with a little bit of deadheading, you can actually keep this in bloom in the garden for easily 2 months or more. The only thing I would recommend is just go through periodically, take off the old flowers, and that'll definitely keep the blooming going on this. Once this is going in the garden, this is a really nice, easy to grow plant that you'll have for a long, long period of time. Now, if you really want to do something really bright, really sharp in the garden, this brand new Echinacea Submarina Brown would be a great one to do. Now, there's other colors in this series as well. There is an orange and there's a yellow as well. But Echinacea Submarina is a cross between Echinacea and Rudbeckia. So a lot of you are probably looking at the flowers right now thinking it's an annual Rudbeckia. But this is actually a perennial for the gardens here. This is brand new for this year. And if you do keep the old flowers trimmed off, this will bloom for a long period of time in the garden. This is going to be a full sun plant. Going to be something that's going to be very easy to grow and have some good drought tolerance to it once it's established in the garden. Now, not everything to go with daylilies, our stellas and our happies here, has to be perennial. You can do other things from other categories as well. For instance, like grasses. Grasses actually combine up really well with daylilies and actually combine really well with a lot of the accents we have on our table here today. Now, this particular grass that we have today is a panicum or switchgrass called Giant Sky. And Giant Sky is going to top out about 3 to 4 feet in the garden. It is a native grass, so if you have a smaller garden, this would actually be a really good choice to use. Now, the reason we chose this today is because of the fact that you get these wonderful burgundy highlights in the grass that's going to go really nice with both of our daylily varieties here, both the Stella and the Happy Returns. Being a native grass, definitely going to handle our winters around here. This is going to be more of a vertical grass too, so you're not going to get super wide. It's definitely going to have more height to it than anything else. And to kind of finish up with our accent plants today is we got one more for you. And this is going to also be something that's going to have a lot of drama to it, and that's perennial hibiscus. Perennial hibiscus is a great group of plants that have a lot of interesting colors to them. This particular variety is called Plum Fantasy. Plum Fantasy just has this really great, rich, plum-colored flower to it. The flowers can get to be up to the size of dinner plates, maybe just a little smaller than that. Plum Fantasy is going to top out to be approximately 4.5 feet in the garden. So again, if you do have a smaller garden, this is a hibiscus that should work out really well for you, because some of the other types, like Lord Baltimore, Lady Baltimore, can easily reach up to 7-8 feet in the garden. So definitely something that'll stay a little bit shorter. But the other nice feature about this particular hibiscus is the great dark foliage to it. So this has got wonderful dark foliage that actually our daylilies will play really nice off of. Perennial hibiscus is going to be for full sun. Another one that's meant for hummingbirds. You can also use this as a great focal point for the garden. So if you need something that you're going to see from a distance, the flowers on this will really show up. So those are the plants we'd like to show you for this week. Hope you enjoyed watching the video. I'm Henry from Wilgen's Garden Center, and hope to see you down here soon.